Nope. Nope. Final trailer is dropped, guys. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. On today's show, there's a new TMNT animated movie by Seth Rogen coming out. Ghostbusters 5 is in the works. Okay, that's cool. And Jurassic World Dominion opens up. We'll take a look at the tomato meter. And oh no, Ezra Miller's got himself into trouble once again. But we open the show today by looking at that new Nope trailer that just dropped. The final trailer. So we're going to look through some of the screenshots for it. Now, on the channel, you know that I've already posted my full reaction to it. So we're not going to go through and watch it here again due to copyright reasons, but we'll take a look at some of the shots in this and some of the theories that I have as to what's exactly going on. Because, well, we feel that it is about aliens, and we know that we've seen that in the first teaser for it, where it looked like people were getting sucked up into these vortexes, and we never saw the ship, but we saw the ship in this trailer. And, okay, so it looks like Keith David here is the father of David Kaluuya, and they go on to talk about how he must have been killed by one of these things, and it looks like his face is all messed up. Clouds that big, I'll be big, what the? Clouds that big, I'll be big, you think whatever kills pops. That's some weird dialogue. Sorry. I didn't realize the dialogue was that weird. But I just want to take a look at his face. It looks like he got dropped. I'm guessing he got sucked up into one of those vortexes and got dropped down. Okay, and that'll probably be like the opening scene from it. And then they show us some stuff from the other teasers where we see that that girl with the weird teeth, which I think has nothing to do with the movie. With what the aliens are doing. I think she's just got some kind of disorder. They're just using that as shock value. So we see that he looks up at the clouds and he's there at night. Some of these scenes are darkly lit, but it's from Jordan Peele, who has been known for doing Us and Get Out, where there's a little bit of a twist on things. Things don't always seem like what they're trying to tell us in the trailers and such. There's going to be a twist, and these two look like they're making some kind of documentary of some kind, because we saw in the first teaser they were on a soundstage with a green screen, and I really get the impression from this trailer that they're trying to document these aliens. They want to try to get good shots of them and perhaps make their own story. At one point I thought maybe they were trying to fabricate the aliens themselves. See, money shot, what's up? Undeniable proof of aliens on camera. So it almost sounds like this guy is going to be playing like the DP, like the director of photography, and they're just kind of like they're trying to make it happen. So I almost got the impression that perhaps, you know, that big shot at the end where we see them, him riding the horse away from it, like this could be just part of their documentary. Right? This may not be the actual aliens, even though it does look like it. This may be just part of their movie, within the movie. So this may not be the actual aliens. That's what I'm thinking. But when I was watching this trailer, it did give me goosebumps, guys. When I saw this part, I was kind of like, whew, yeah. But it's kind of like one of those trailers, just like for Cloverfield, where it's kind of like you got to look for clues in here. So I'm sure that lots of people out there will be putting out their breakdown videos, examining every little image, and I think that's the call sign for an effective movie trailer, because I think it's going to be a fun movie, a horrifying movie, because of if it's real or not. See, there they are on a TV show, a stage of some kind too. So it's kind of like, yeah, some things just perhaps don't look like exactly what they do. But here it looks like we've seen this in the teaser too, in a TV spot. There's like a motorcyclist that falls down and is going to get sucked up, and we do see him kind of get thrown around in that whirlwind of some kind. And she says, "Don't look, don't look." So there's something about, oh, if you see it, then perhaps they come for you. That's what I'm guessing. So you see his body there get flung around as he gets sucked up into the vortex of what perhaps maybe the vortex is the real aliens, and when they come flying down, maybe that's not them, because it looks like they're using some kind of an umbrella of some kind, or no, there was somebody who came down in a parachute of some kind. But okay, let's see what's going on here. There definitely does look like there was a ship there, and she was falling, like she was getting sucked up, but then she fell down. Yeah. What's going on with the roof here too? We seen in the trailer that they say they painted your house. So I'm guessing at some point they make the aliens mad and they drop water or blood on them of the victims or something like that. It's really weird to see what's going on, but they show this camera here. They're really intent on showing us them filming something. The whole idea of them producing this stuff. So I'm sure there's going to be some really interesting breakdowns as to what's going on here. That's Keke Palmer. I think she's going to be great. See, people getting sucked up, and I think maybe, I don't know. They look worried there, right? And you could see it come flying down there at the end. Guys, the Nope final trailer definitely for sure sold me. And I think that's what you need to feel like at the end of it, is that, yeah, it sold me. It made me want to go out and see that movie from Jordan Peele. July 22nd, guys. The Nope final trailer. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Let's take a look at some of the comments from this trailer to see if people are liking it or not. It feels like there's a reason they chose Ball of Confusion for this trailer. Jordan Peele always has a second layer to his movies. Yeah, Ball of Confusion was the main song that they used for this. This trailer did exactly what Peele wanted it to do. Things aren't what they seem. Just watch the movie. There's a twist to everything you thought you found out in this trailer. Yeah, exactly. That one saying we've all said for years. Yeah, I felt like this really looked like it sold me quite a bit. This is dope. Nope is dope. Yeah. Yep, I went there, guys. I said it. The only film I'm waiting for to see this year, I can't figure out what it's about. And that's good too, yeah. Some people complain that some trailers show you everything in the movie. But this one, it showed us a lot. But I also feel like perhaps it hasn't shown us that much. It's made me feel like, I want to go out there and I want to hunt down some of those trailer breakdown videos. Let's go over to the IMDb here and take a look at the cast. The synopsis reads, the residents of a lonely gulch in inland California bear witness to an uncanny and chilling discovery. And I still think perhaps it could be interdimensional beings of some kind. Yeah. And we saw that they had the character posters out there the other day too. Okay, so Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, Brandon Perea is maybe that. He was that guy talking with him when they had that laptop in the trailer. He looks like he's like maybe the director of photography, perhaps, or maybe Michael Wincott is. We'll have to see how that plays out. Good cast though. Michael Wincott, you'll recognize him from movies like The Crow. He was the bad guy in that. He was also in that Three Musketeers movie that wasn't that good. So Stephen Wynn from Walking Dead, that's cool. Keith David, yeah, we saw him in the trailer. It looks like he's the father. Maybe he dies in the opening scene to establish that. And that's what I want to see, a good opening scene and something else that'll carry us through. What is the running time for this? Do we got a running time for this? Nothing yet. No running time. So, guys, the popularity is going up. What do you think about the final trailers for Nope? Let me know in the comments below and we will talk about it. Art Glass says in the live chat, I wondered, was the saucer a giant kite being pulled along? Perhaps. Maybe an urban myth being exploited was coming true? Yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel like it's happening. Like they're trying to film these aliens. Maybe they'll try to fake the aliens. And then like that saucer that we saw at the end is not the real aliens. Maybe they make them angry by trying to, mock them perhaps. Maybe that that is mocking them, and we'll have to see how it plays out, but it's definitely intriguing. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Guys, as I said, you're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, where I don't want to spend 10 minutes for you guys to establish what the show is. We do it daily, 12 p.m. Eastern, Monday to Friday. You can follow me on all the social media handles there, because we will be watching Jurassic World Dominion this afternoon, so you can watch my full out of the theater reaction, because I'm getting kind of hyped for it, even though the reviews are not that good. And if you're watching us live, I'll talk with you guys in the comments. If not, all of these topics will be linked in time codes for you in the description and comments section below. Jurassic World Dominion, guys. Now, we talked about this yesterday too. Jurassic World Dominion is set for hopefully a 125 million plus opening. And that's a little bit lower than what Top Gun Maverick opened up as, but because the ratings for the tomato meter have not been good, which we'll take a look at in just a few moments here, I feel like my tickets, I think, are going to be for 4 p.m. exactly. Let me just pull up my my Cineplex here. Yes. I'll be seeing at 4 p.m. Ultra AVX, so I'll be in the good theater at least. 2 hours and 27 minutes, though, guys. I'm just... well, it's in comfortable seats. You know, it'll be bigger than my little office chair here. And the theaters where I live, we all have reclining seats. Now, not full... well, not unless you go to the VIP theater. But I will be seeing Jurassic World Dominion today at 4 p.m. So pay attention for my straight out of the theater reaction. That'll be up on the YouTube channel as soon as I come out. And I'm still anticipating it. I still want to see cool stuff in it. And I hope, like, you know, I'm one of the few people that actually did like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I feel like it had some really, it had some really cool stuff for us to see. You know, with the Indoraptor and stuff like that. So I hope they continue on with that kind of like talking about the mutations and stuff like that, because the young girl in it she's engineered, right? And I hope they deal more with that. And as long as Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are in it enough, we know that the legacy cast is going to be in it as well. I hope they mix well. We've seen them together in the trailer, which I would probably imagine is the climax, but I'm still hyped for it. Colin Trevorrow, you know, I think if this does well, then it'll put him back on the map. But if it does bad, if it does terrible at the box office, then, well, let's just take a look at the tomato meter, guys. So far, it's 38%. Oh, 152. And it's hard to look at that and still try to maintain some kind of optimism, for sure, because I did like Fallen Kingdom a lot better than Jurassic World, and I'm just refreshing it here to make sure that it doesn't get updated, because the reviews are out now, and we'll take a look at some of the snapshots, and we'll take a look at the tomato meter for Fallen Kingdom and Jurassic World as well here in just a moment. But let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews. Oliver Jones says the film seems hell-bent on demonstrating just how out of gas it is. Really? Is that how you feel, Oliver? Yeah, looking just at the cursory glance here, it looks like there's a lot more bad reviews than good ones. Little White Lies says, a shameful triumph of corporate greed. That's vague. Doesn't give us that much information. An insecure movie that is awkwardly searching for approval from the audience and from Spielberg, one of the film's executive producers, says Seattle Times. Yeah, that doesn't tell me much. Let's see what a good review says. But when it's the dinosaurs aren't snarling and snapping, and the equally impressive great clouds of giant locusts have disappeared over the horizon, that we're left with the humans in Jurassic World Dominion, and they are not nearly as compelling. Locusts. Well, we saw something like that in the trailer. Yeah, locusts. I don't know what that has to do with dinosaurs. I don't know how that's going to fit into the movie. The point of entertainment is not to wear you down, but you'd never know it from watching Jurassic World Dominion, directed by Colin Trevorrow, says Time Magazine. Oh, so guys, the reviews for it are not good, but let's see how this fared compared to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I'll pull that up right now. But that had a lot more reviews. It had 433. Jurassic World Dominion only had like 155. So overall for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, 47% by the critics and 48% by the audience, by over 25,000 reviews. But that alone, guys, as I felt like Fallen Kingdom, rewatching it, I actually preferred it over Jurassic World. Let's see what the Jurassic World tomato meter was. 71% and 78% by the audience. So 71% by critics and 78% by the audience for the first Jurassic World movie. So people really liked it, but looking at that trajectory, it's been going down. 71%, 78% for the first one, 47, 48 for the second one, 38 by the third movie. That doesn't bode well. That doesn't bode well for me. And I'm still going to keep my head high. I like the trailers quite a bit. The only thing that I have reservations about is the runtime. And when you have something that long, then perhaps some of these complaints about it being a little bit too convoluted perhaps does add into that mix. I still think that Jurassic World Dominion will make $1 billion. I still do, because just of dinosaurs alone, regardless of how good the movie is. Kids will want to go out and see it multiple times, perhaps, even though perhaps the story may not be that good. The running time will hurt that, though, because it'll mean less viewings, screenings at movie theaters because of the length. If this movie was an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes, it's right in that sweet zone where you can get lots of viewings in. And I really wish perhaps when I go see it, I'm not feeling that. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, I like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom apart from the auction with Toby Jones with those false teeth. Yeah, were those false teeth that he had? But I like Toby Jones. I thought that was just a fun little role for him. And Rafe Spall's character and the annoying clone girl. Well, I kind of like that twist of the clone girl. Hoping the OGs and new cast work well together in Jurassic World Dominion. And that, me too. I hope they play well off each other. That's what I'm wanting to see. But I will be seeing it 4 p.m. today, guys. And so expect my review out around, if it's 2.5 hours, 7 p.m. local time. So just in about 7 hours from now, my initial reaction will be up on the channel. Tomorrow, we will be doing a full review on the channel and talk about it mostly on the Movie News Daily Show there. Okay, let's move on. Something that isn't getting bad reviews is Lightyear. Lightyear, guys, comes out June 17th. And I have really enjoyed the trailers for this. Lightyear tells the story of Buzz Lightyear, the actual person. So Buzz Lightyear was a toy in Toy Story, and that toy was based off a real character, Lightyear. And this movie is about that real person. Well, sort of, because it's a cartoon still, but I thought it looked like a lot of fun. And some of the early buzz is in for Lightyear. See what I did there? Ash Crossan says, I want to tweet something thoughtful about Lightyear, but all I can think about is socks, 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 socks. Yes, we saw from the trailers that the cat does look like it's going to steal the show. That's what I feel. Because, you put in an animal in the movie, you're going to get cat lovers, animal lovers, that kind of stuff. So let's see how other people think about this. Lightyear is exactly what Pixar fans likely expected. It's fun and it's exciting. It's one of those most visually stunning films in their portfolio. Still, the most impressive accomplishments is introducing us to new Buzz that is familiar and entirely fresh. Wow. Cool, man. Pixar's Lightyear is a blast of half big, exciting, emotional, and goofy sci-fi that's got Star Wars vibes and even Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure vibes. Hey, I like Bill and Ted. We do see that there's a little bit of time jump or something going on there when he goes through the wormhole or something like that. Truly, it is fantastical storytelling and its absolute best. Loved every second. Top tier Pixar for me. Big recommend, Eric Davis says. Okay, so for the most part, I can see that a lot of people are really liking this movie. And that's good buzz for Lightyear. Good word of mouth. I'm not going to read all of these quotes, guys, because a lot of them, there's Wendy Lee Zaney. Cool, I like her. Lightyear is filled to the brim with space adventure and twists I didn't expect. Socks will steal your heart. I can't wait to see it again. Okay, so Wendy Lee Zaney really likes it, and that's cool. That's good news. Perry Nemiroff here's too. Lightyear, socks is everything. I love socks so much. So Socks is one of the best characters Pixar has ever created. That's it. That's my Lightyear reaction. I'm obsessed, says Perry Nemiroff, and that's good. She's one of the few critics out there that even though we don't agree sometimes, I still respect her opinion. You right? And she's big into like horror movies and genre films too. So that's a good opinion. So Pixar, guys, Pixar's getting a lot of good acclaim and buzz, and I think that'll only translate into the box office results. Lightyear comes out June 17th, guys. June 17th in Canada, at least. So next week, Michael Giacchino. And we'll have to see how that plays out at the box office, because Jurassic World Dominion will be number one this weekend for sure. But Lightyear with good word of mouth like that, maybe we'll knock it off of number. Imagine if Jurassic World Dominion was number one for only 1 week. 1 week. That will not be the results people will be looking for that movie for sure. For sure. Okay. Black Adam. We saw the Black Adam full official trailer yesterday, guys, and they've had another TV spot out that offers just a bit more footage, and I really enjoyed the trailer. Dwayne Johnson is going to own this role. The Rock, I still call him The Rock mostly, guys. I know that I'm supposed to call him Dwayne Johnson for tag purposes, metadata purposes, but they got a new TV spot out, and TV spots are only like 30 seconds. They mostly show us what we've seen already. So I freeze framed the part that's new, and it looks like there's some kind of a statue here that doesn't have arms. Is that supposed to be a Black Adam? I don't know if this is supposed to be Earth or not. Some city by the sea, it looks like. And what I mean by showing the same kind of shots that we saw in the trailer, yeah, the exact same shots. In fact, it even shows us when his son sacrifices himself. It shows him when he's electrocuting those guys. So it's not much. As I said, the only new stuff sort of is that city line, and then it looks like these Centurions on these hover bikes or something are flying away from that place, and he comes along flying and knocks one of them off. So that's like really the only new footage from the trailer, and that goes back to stuff we've seen in that trailer yesterday. But I'll keep my eye on this because I'm really hyped for Black Adam. I want to see this movie have great success because The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, deserves to have this, because it was like a passion project of his that he's been really working on for many, many, many years. There's Hawkman, played by Aldous Hodge, and we saw him recently in Invisible Man. I think this is going to be cool, and I can't wait for it. What do you guys think about that Black Adam TV spot? Let me know in the comments below. Seth Rogen is, well, we know that he's going to be making a TMNT animated movie, but apparently this animated movie will be the start of a franchise. Okay, so that's cool. I got no problem with it being animated, but I still hope someday that they'll make a live action one. So according to Paramount's chief, Brian Robbins, he's given us a quote about Seth Rogen in this new animated movie while he was talking with Variety. And it says, "It's animated, And it goes back to the roots of the Turtles. Seth and his producing partner Evan Goldberg were brilliant choices because no one can tell stories about how being teenagers better than those guys. They're passionate and super nerdy about the Turtles. It's going to work for kids, parents, Gen Zers, and millennials. So that's a big crowd base. We have plans to do multiple animated movies this way, but one day we might go back to a hybrid live-action version of the Turtles. So notice that he says hybrid live-action. So it'll be like the Bay Turtles, where it'll be like CG turtles mixed with human people, which I was hoping that they would do kind of like the mix of them wearing they could wear the suits, but just like animate their heads. I don't know why they can't do that yet, because it still looks a little bit too cartoony. I don't know. But Seth Rogen was making a TMNT movie, and by the sounds of it, it's going to hit a lot of people's wheelhouses, and that's cool. You know, I still want to make, like, I did write a treatment for a Turtles movie once, where my movie started off very much all 4 turtles still wore the red bandanas at the beginning of the movie, and it wouldn't have been until about halfway through that they decide that they want to start to look different. But Raph he's still hardened to the old ways of the teachings from Splinter, so he still will wear the red. But, you know, that's what I would happen in my movie. And Shredder would be the main bad guy. We wouldn't even touch with Krang. Shredder would be the big bad guy. And it would lead into what Krang would be. But that's what I would have. Very simple. Very dialed back. Something very much reminiscent to what the 1990s version of Turtles was. But hey, an animated movie. I liked some of the animated works that they've done for Turtles in the past, so I'll be looking forward to that. What do you guys think? Ghostbusters 5. Codename revealed by Jason Reitman. Yes, there's going to be a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife, which is cool, because I liked Afterlife. Did you guys like Ghostbusters Afterlife? I felt like it was really cool to see the originals back. And it was really all 4 of them, because Harold Ramis was there in spirit, if you know what I mean. It's not really a spoiler, guys, but I felt like it was handled well. So Ghostbusters 5 by Jason Reitman, I think, would be cool. They've done the good job of passing on the torch, is what I would say. So let's see what's going on here. Jason Reitman has revealed the official codename for Ghostbusters 5 production. Okay, so then they go tell us about some of the previous movies here in this article over on Screen Rant. Reitman, the son of Ivan Reitman, who made the originals, shared the official codename for Ghostbusters 5, revealing it to be Firehouse. Firehouse. And the social media below. So this was from Twitter. He says, "We're writing another movie tonight. We're going to share the code name for the next chapter in the Spengler family story." So it's going to follow the young girl, right? She was the granddaughter. Cool. Last time we saw Ecto-1, it was driving back into Manhattan, the home of Ghostbusters. That's where our story begins. The code name is Firehouse. Firehouse. Well, because their home base was in the firehouse, and we saw that Winston was there. He purchased it again, right? So that's something that I'm looking forward to. That's something that I want to see for sure. So they're writing it. We'll have to see who is going to come back for it. I'm guessing McKenna Grace would come back, perhaps, and maybe Paul Rudd. Well, he's the mother, right? Or the father. Mother. He's the father, Paul Rudd. And then Finn Wolfhard, yeah. He'll have stuff to do after Stranger Things. So if those two are part of the next iteration of Ghostbusters, I can't wait for it, because I think that would be cool, guys. Ghostbusters 5, Firehouse. Is that something you want to see? If they're just writing the script now, I'm guessing they won't shoot it until later this year, if not early next year. So maybe by 2024 is when we'll see Ghostbusters 5. Cool, man. Cool. Talking about Finn Wolfhard, let's talk about Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2. Now, Stranger Things Volume 1 Season 4, Volume 1. We've done full live watch-alongs, guys. It's up on the channel right now. I recommend that you go check out that playlist. We watched it all the way through, full. You know, when people say, hey, I'm reacting to this movie, but you can see the full reaction on my Patreon page, well, I just skipped that step and put it all right here on YouTube for you guys so you can watch along. So, Stranger Things Season 4, Part 2 is apparently going to be Mad Symphony of Chaos. Mad Symphony of Chaos. Wow. Okay, so let's see. From the Duffer Brothers, they tease that Volume 2 will be Mad Symphony of Chaos. So let's see where this quotes come from. And it sounds like it's going to be pretty intense. So it's Matt and Ross Duffer, right? So Matt says, Volume 2 has a little bit of everything. It's extremely emotional while also having the most action and spectacle we've ever had. Joe Quinn is very eloquent, so he plays Eddie. He's a smart kid. He called it a mad symphony of chaos. I'll borrow that. That's what it is, especially the final episode. Ross says, we've been cross-cutting between these different worlds all season, but the cross-cutting just gets really rapid fire in the finale as we're bouncing from one world to the next. So yeah, well, I'm guessing that the big showdown is going to be at Vecna's house in the Upside Down, right? All the teams will come together and for that big showdown, perhaps, and 11 will hopefully dispatch him in orderly fashion. Matt closes out by saying, but it's not wall-to-wall action. That's what I like about being able to do something long form. The finale does very much feel like a blockbuster spectacle, but that's also a lot of time spent dealing with our characters. Hopefully it's satisfying for people. Well, that's what I want to. And as you can see here, that's the whole crew. We want to see the crew together, and we want to see all of the storylines come together because they had like 3 different storylines. So you had Hopper and Joyce in Russia is one, and then you got this crew here trying to figure out what Vecna's doing with those different rips and openings. And then you've got 11's story going back to get her powers back, right? So hopefully those 3, and they were mixed very well. Each storyline got time to breathe. And Kate Bush, running up that hill, has been reaping the benefits for sure from Volume 1, Episode 4, Dear Billy, which a lot of people really like. I liked it too, but I still think I preferred the revelations that were revealed about Vecna in the Volume 1 finale. But Stranger Things Season 4, Volume 2 is going to be Mad Symphony of Chaos. That sounds great. July 1st, guys, we're going to do full live reactions and reviews on the channel Mirror Domain, so please follow along, and you'll be hopefully satisfied by by my reactions. Ezra, okay, hold on. Let's go talk some comments here. Hourglass says, Ghostbusters heading back to downtown Manhattan. What more could one ask for? Yeah, I'm glad that it's going to go back to New York, because that was one of the few things I was missing. It was missing that familiar setting with Ghostbusters Afterlife. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, what could go wrong? Okay, so this one's kind of a... Ezra Miller finds himself back into trouble. Flash star Ezra Miller faces more legal troubles. What's this about? What's been going on, Ezra? You were arrested a couple times already. Apparently, the parents of an 18-year-old have filed paperwork asking a judge to issue an order of protection against the actor on behalf of their child. Apparently, Ezra uses violence, intimidations, threats of violence, fear, paranoia, delusions, and drugs to sway over a young adolescent. I'm not using the name here, guys. This comes to us from Deadline. So he's contributing to, well, he's not a minor because it's 18, but it's still not good tactics, man. This is terrible. This is just awful. Ezra Miller, I think The Flash is going to be his last big movie. It's going to be his last movie probably ever. He needs to disappear from the limelight here and get some order to his life. That's what I want for him. So we've known from past stories that WB has no plans on replacing him as Flash in the Flash movie because early test screen reactions to Flash have been positive. It's been good, but it would just cost too much money to replace him at this point. They can't reshoot the movie, but because Flash deals with multiple Flashes, I would just go back in now and towards the end and say that a new Flash, played by a different character, maybe Dylan O'Brien, comes in and helps him at the end, and then he kind of, Ezra hopefully will be good enough to pass the torch on to him and say, okay, now Dylan O'Brien or whatever is going to be our new Flash, and that's the best way I think they could handle it. And then from then on, we'll have the new Flash, because Ezra, I'm sorry, man, these troubles, it sounds like it doesn't sound like it's going to stop. It sounds like it's just going to continue on and on and on. So let's take a look at some of the comments here. Hopefully they're not too crass. Just hire Depp's lawyers. Justice for Ezra. No, it's not like that. He doesn't need. If he continues down this path, he will need legal aids for sure. But it's not like that. It's not like that, guys. There's been no false accusations against him. Is Ezra Miller deliberately trying to get out of his Flash movie franchise contract with his awfully bad behavior? Well, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, perhaps. Just because he's signed to a contract for, let's say, 3 films of The Flash, they don't have to use him. What it means usually in those contracts is that while he's signed for it, they can bring on another person to play the Flash. He doesn't have to hold them. It's the studio that holds him to come back. He's not holding the studio to 3 films. See, you understand? It's kind of like a recording contract. It's opposite to the recording contract. Because the recording contract will hold you to 3 albums perhaps, and you have to make 3 albums no matter what. It's not like that for movies. Ezra may be signed for 3 movies, but they don't have to use him for 3 movies. That's the way it's a little bit different like that. So, yeah, we need to talk about Ezra. So, yeah, that's a bit of a bummer news, and it bums me out every time I see his name in the headlines, because it's to the point where it's kind of like, oh, do I really want to read this? Because it's not going to be good. Okay, well, let's move on to some more positive news. This broke yesterday as well. Blade. We know that the Blade is going to happen, but it's going to be in phase 5 of the MCU, but apparently it's going to start production. It's going to start filming in July. July in Georgia, according to a new production listing report for the MCU. And we know that Mahershala Ali is going to be playing Blade. We heard Blade's voice in that post-credit scene for Eternals, right? And, okay. How old is Mahershala Ali? How old is he? 48 years old. And they're going to start this fall. So he's older than Wesley Snipes was when they filmed Blade Trinity. I think he was 43 at the time when he did that. Or 44 or something. Talking about signing people to make see, this is where when you watch people's videos of, well, they can't start James Bond with an older actor because they got to sign on for multiple movies. Huh. Idris Elba's like 51, so he's not that much older than Mahershala Ali. What do you guys talk? See, that's where those arguments don't hold water. Because we're going to get Mahershala Ali as Blade here. And he's 48. And he's hopefully going to start a new Blade franchise. So, yeah. When I hear those arguments, well, he's too old to play because he's got to sign on for 10 or 15 years. No, he doesn't. Get out of here with that nonsense. As soon as somebody says that, I usually hit thumbs down on the video. But I'm not going to say that here. If they got a good story for him, cool then. Awesome. I just want to see more Blade. I like the Blade character quite a bit. Blade 2 is probably my favorite out of them. Because that was Guillermo del Toro. Yeah. And I like the vampire hunting squad that was in that. Blade 2 was great. And so if this new reboot starts filming in July with Mahershala Ali, I think that's good news. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Doctor Strange 2 Blu-ray and 4K release. Okay, we got the release date, June 22nd. And this comes to us from Screen Rant. And we got a look at the steelbook artwork and some of the details of what you can find on this release. And I like the steelbook releases, guys. I do have an appreciation for those. It looks awesome. Like the interiors, looks like it's got Scarlet Witch there. It's just weird, funky stuff. And I liked Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness quite a bit. So here's the 4K cover. Okay, so it's just basically the poster, but that's cool. Blu-ray. I'm probably just gonna get the Blu-ray because I don't have a 4K TV yet. But yeah, I liked it. I didn't quite like the fact that they kind of Khaleesi'd Wanda, making her the bad guy. I didn't like that. You know, from Game of Thrones, how they made her turn bad at the end. I didn't like that because I liked WandaVision. And I was really rooting for her to have success and become one of the cool Avengers, but I don't know what's going to happen with it. That's one of the, I agree with the criticisms that this Phase 4, we're not in a really clear direction as to where we're going. All of these movies just seem to be doing their own thing. They're not leading us towards anything. So I agree with that criticism, but let's not digress. Let's take a look at some of the bonus features. Featurettes, Method to the Madness, introducing America Chavez. She was a standout, played by Xochitl Gomez. She was a real standout, and I said that in my initial impressions of coming out of the theater, because she had to hold her own with Benedict Cumberbatch and Wanda in a couple scenes. Young actress Xochitl Gomez. I'll be looking forward to that featurette. Method to the Madness is just various crew members, Marvel employees. Okay. Constructing the Multiverse is talking about the writers and the turnings and twists in there. Okay. Of course, there's a gag reel. There's a gag reel. Everyone does. Deleted scenes. A great team. Journalist questions Doctor Strange's integrity. Huh. Would that be before he goes into the multiverse? Pizza Popper, Bruce Campbell. I like Bruce Campbell's little cameo in there. I thought it was fun. It's not permanent. Bruce tries to accuse Doctor Strange of being an imposter. Audio commentary. View the film with Sam Raimi's commentary, the directors. Okay, that's yeah. I'll be listening. I like the commentary every now and then. It just gives you that extra little insights as to what they were doing. Sam Raimi is still one of my favorite directors out there. I like his approach, his style, because he started off with the low budget stuff and just worked out of that. Just try to make it work. I do like this steelbook cover for the 4K release. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, so those are the details, guys, for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. June 22nd is when it comes out. Are you going to go check it out? Let's keep on topic with Doctor Strange 2. Now, some of these stories are not linked to here on the side, but they will be in the comment section below afterwards. Hayley Atwell talking about Doctor Strange 2, and this is a bit of a spoiler, but not really too much because it's been out now for a while. Hayley Atwell feels she has more to do as Peggy Carter, and she played Captain Carter, and look at her there. That scene was so magnificent. I'm a big, huge Hayley Atwell fan, and she's going to be in the new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. So she's awesome, just awesome. So she's got a quote here that somebody was asking about her involvement as Peggy at a fan convention in DC. This is brought to us by MovieWeb. See her quote here that says, "I share your enthusiasm. And I would love to if Marvel did find a home for her. That's a home that feels very worthy of her in terms of her evolution as a character and development as a character. And I've got more to do." and because I feel fans deserve that. So they're asking perhaps if she's going to appear in a more What If. I never watched the What If, so perhaps maybe I need to go watch the What If. It's just... it's just... Again, I didn't get a clear direction as to where this phase is going, and What If is just kind of... It felt for me just kind of like... If it's not going to lead towards anything, then I'll watch it someday, just not prioritized. But seeing her as Captain Carter was really awesome. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, let's go in and talk about some of the comments in the live chat. Our Glass Viking says Miller has gone stir crazy, needs a reality check. Yeah, Ezra Miller talking about that. It's an unfortunate situation, and I sort of agree with the comments there that were saying that perhaps he wants out of it. Out of his contracts and stuff like that. Like he just wants to make... It's a cry for help is what he's doing. It almost feels like. And I think most of us feel that way. And I hope he gets the help that he needs. Our Glass Vikings also says, Mahershala Ali is a great actor. Can't wait to see what he brings to Blade. His dialogue will be excellent, so it will be down to his action sequences to wow the crowd. Yeah. Blade has always had good action sequences, even when there was like that neo or that proto CGI work that they had in the first Blade with the blood going everywhere and stuff like that. I still felt like the action sequences were pretty good, and of course it got better as it went along, except for perhaps Blade Trinity. Okay, so there are just two more headlines here that I want to talk about before we go to the Twitter roundup. These are really boring business stuff, but some people may talk about it. Disney's Peter Rice is ousted in major executives shakeup. So Bob Chapek is taking a page out of the Zaslav playbook, perhaps. The WB head honcho. The Warner Bros. Head honcho axed a bunch of people, brought in his own stuff. So it sounds like Bob Chapek over at Disney is following that same kind of, theme. Okay, so in a major executive, this comes to us from Hollywood Reporter. In a major executive shakeup, Peter Rice, chairman of Disney's entertainment and programming, is exiting the company. Okay. Well, good. Well, you know what? Disney's a monster. It's a behemoth. It doesn't really matter who's going to be in these seats. It's still going to make money. Also, they do reference Zaslav here. And his kind of how he's kind of axed a lot of projects and stuff like that. So it looks like Disney may be trying to follow suit and trying to shake up the corporate structure, the old school thinking of we owe favors to friends to make a movie, even though that we know it's not going to make a whole bunch of money. Try to bring in some new blood. Ooh, does that mean that maybe Lucasfilm hopefully will get some shakeups? I hope they do. And if, guys, I didn't know that Obi-Wan Episode 4 was hated until I went out afterwards and saw everybody's review and saying, oh, it was terrible. It was so awful. It was cringeworthy. It was barely, I can't believe that they filmed that and it was unwatchable. It's like, what? Were we watching the same episode? Now, I said even in my reaction, the dialogue between Reva and Leia was not that good in the interrogation scenes. Yes, Reva should have been able to sense that Leia was force sensitive. Yes, Vader was on Newer, the planet there, the water planet. He should have been able to sense Obi-Wan in the building or in the premises. Yes, it was stupid that the base didn't have defenses, but they said that very clearly in the beginning that they never expected to be attacked because the Inquisitors, they're Inquisitors. Hey, they're Force users. So it did have defenses, though. Not good ones. But people took those little things and just exploded it up so grand that it was kind of like, I was shocked. I was shocked at the response to it. Some people were saying that Deborah Chow had no business directing all these episodes. But I was fair within my reaction. I said that, yes, some of the acting was not that good. Yes, it doesn't make sense. But I liked the sets. I thought the sets looked awesome. I liked seeing Obi-Wan throw down, like, people were complaining that small quarter, how can the stormtroopers miss? It's kind of like, guys, if that's what you're complaining about, yeah, I didn't understand it. But maybe if it's not resonating with fans, maybe they will have a little bit of a shakeup at Lucasfilm, because that does fall under Disney, guys. It all does. And if Chapek's going to be shaking up things, I have to keep my eye out. So we had to keep our eye out to what's going on there and what the full fallout of that could possibly be. Just one small, more business story here. Recession fears may force Hollywood giants to change tactics. Yeah. Well, if there's a recession, apparently there's going to be shortages in the supply chain with food distribution. Things like concessions may not be up to fully stocked all the time. People are having trouble finding people to come in and work. There's been constant, we're now hiring. I would go work as a bellboy, but I just don't have the time. I mean, come on, I can't show you to your seat. I'm sure you would like me to show you to your seat. And God forbid if you make me come in there and make you turn off your phone. Yeah, you don't want me standing over you. So that's why I don't work as an usher at a theater. But yeah, so just look for some turbulent headlines as to theaters just can't and movie because of that. Because of the lower turnouts at theaters and box office, eventually things will get turned around. Eventually things will start happening again, which is why I'm going to go see Jurassic World Kingdom this afternoon, so I don't have to sit in a packed theater with a bunch of people. It's just more comfortable for me when I can stretch out a little bit. But we'll keep our eye on this, guys. There will be some ramifications that will affect how the movie theaters consider, well, the studios think about tackling these big tentpole films and productions. And we've already seen that with what David Zaslav has done with axing people, changing out regimes, and which is what harkens back to that previous story that now it looks like Chapek is following over at Disney, that same kind of process, perhaps because of these recession fears. We got to have these things in place and see how things pan out. But I don't want to bore people too much with that. It's movie news, so I'll keep my eye out for this kind of stuff, and we'll have to see how this kind of stuff all plays out. But I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I want to know what you think, because it will affect the numbers. And Jurassic World Dominion was a big box office risk, I think, financially at least, because the budget for it, I think it was around $200 million. And it's going to make that back, but that old formula of let's just dump a whole bunch of money into it and hope that we'll make it back. It's dinosaurs. They'll like it. We need story, guys. We need good story. And if you're just thinking that, oh, if we flash a bunch of stuff up there like dinosaurs and people will come to watch it, it's not going to hold water that much longer. So studios have to adapt. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the headlines that perhaps maybe I missed. Lightyear, Ghostbusters, Mandalorian cast save. Yeah. Okay. So let's go and round things up by taking a look at the old Twitterverse here. The Twitter Roundup. I know that this is a little bit longer show than normal, guys, but some of the things were worth talking about. Let's take a look at our glasses chat here. Says the Sith and their order were always painted as arrogant and prone to making mistakes and engineering their own downfall. Yeah. I have faith in Deborah Chow's vision. Tense times with the fan force indeed. Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked. Yeah, I was truly shocked that when people were like ready to pull out their hair from episode 4, and I didn't think it was that bad. Twitter Roundup. Let's take a look here. Angelina Jolie will write and direct and produce the film Without Blood, starring Salma Hayek and Damien Bashir. Cool. The film is set in the aftermath of an unidentified conflict. It's billed as exploring universal truths about war, trauma, memory, and healing. Well, I like Angelina Jolie. I like Salma Hayek. Got no beefs with Demian Bashir, so cool. And that comes to us from Variety. So I'll take a look at that article. Maybe we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. Harry Styles is set to have 2 films this year. Don't Worry, Darling, with his Squeeze, Olivia Wilde, which looks good. That one looks good. Don't know anything about My Policeman. But, yeah, him and his present girlfriend, I should say, is Olivia Wilde. And I like the trailers for Don't Worry, Darling. It looks dark. My Policeman, director. Okay, so My Policeman, in which body language is very sculptural and brought on an intimacy. What? I don't know what the heck that quote says. First look at My Policeman. Harry Styles. And it looks like he's padding up his resume. And that's good. Because his little post-credit scene there with in Eternals talking about Blade. I was kind of like, anyway. It looks like he's trying to establish himself as an actor, and that's good. That's good. And you can't go wrong with Olivia Wilde because her first movie was really good as a director, and we know her talents as an actress. She's good too. So yeah, good pairing. I like that. The final trailer for Nope, and we know that, so it's got 1 million views already, and that's already from Film Updates. Interesting trailer, guys. I think lots of people are going to be looking forward to that. First look at Kid Cudi's Intergalactic. What is that, like a cartoon or something? Or a music video, maybe? Kid Cudi make a cartoon? Or, I don't know what the heck that is. Oh, it's a Netflix series. Okay, cool. Well, Kid Cudi, if you don't know, actually, he was in that movie X that we did a full live watch along, and he was the funnest part about that movie. He was an adult film star, right? The token stud. I thought that he was a lot of fun in that. So if he's going to be in this animated movie or series, I'll have to look this up, and we'll take a look at it perhaps tomorrow. Our Glass Vikings put in a live chat badge for £10. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Laura Harrier is Carmen Jabari's recent ex-girlfriend. So the cast looks interesting. Wow, you got Timothée Chalamet in it too. Wow. Interesting cast, voiced cast. Macaulay Culkin. Miss Marvel. Okay, so yeah, there's a thing out for her. The first teaser for Mike with Trevante Rhodes as Mike Tyson has been released for Hulu. Comes out Hulu August 25th. Now, is this a series? Is this a series? I saw snapshots of this yesterday, so it looks like they got the full teaser. So Trevante, what's his name? Trevante Rhodes. Does he look like? Well, he looks like he's maybe a younger Tyson. Is this a series? Okay. Aside from being in the tidy whities, he's ripped. But he does sort of look like Mike there. Maybe it's the teeth and the haircut. But okay, yeah. Oh, it looks like he's going to have a bit of an emotion. So looks like it's going to be a little bit intense, and that looks like Mike. Yeah. Okay, that'll be interesting. Series August 25th. I'll be checking that out. Arglass says in live chat, hope you enjoyed Jurassic World Dominion, James. Me too. Me too. I'm seeing it in 3 hours. Damn. I'm going to have that image burned in my brain for the rest of the afternoon. Okay. Well, you know what they say about those old shorts is that you need the proper support. Anthony Hopkins has joined the cast of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, and that's where we saw yesterday. That's where we ended up yesterday. Oscar Isaac in THR's Drama Actors Roundtable. That's a good photo of Oscar Isaac. I like black and white photos because I like to draw, and I was thinking about drawing this, but then I was thinking that beard, drawing that beard with graphite would be too hard. That's too advanced for me. But that's a good photo. I like that. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. It's Thursday. It's 1 p.m. We've gone for an hour here, and do I want to play some guitar today? Maybe I do. Maybe I do want to just quickly jam for a small bit, because it is kind of cool outside, so I want to take advantage of the weather. And then tomorrow we'll do our big full Jurassic World Roundup reviews, spoiler reviews, breakdowns, and stuff like that. See if any other big news comes out. Oh yeah. I wanted to work with an older song of mine. Song doesn't work anymore is because I'm using like all the notes. From E, I'm using them all the way up to A, right? I'm using all those notes, and that doesn't follow in a scale at all. And 4 notes in a row doesn't fall in any scale. But we hear it all the time. That's kind of like the chorus. And I can't remember how to sing this part. Yes, you know that you are the simple. And I forgot the words for this part. But then you think no, yes, you know. If I try to make it in the same key, when I say I want to work with a song, that's usually what I do. I'm figuring out the keys. Or is it? Yeah, because if I'm going to do that doesn't sound right. Trying to mix it to the rest. F minor. No. Melodic minor? No. Yeah. Yeah, it would either be melodic minor or a harmonic minor. But it would be an F, and that's... Doesn't sound right. Well, what would it go from F? One thing that helps me sometimes is if I do it all on one string as a chord to doing it, as opposed to doing it across different strings, just to help me sort it out in my head, the spacings. Let's try it differently. That sounds better, right? So that's D to a B then. That's like the musical hook. I always try to put in at least one musical hook and one vocal hook. So that's the way I usually try to do things, guys. Arglass says it's a good bass line. It would work along with a transposed rhythm guitar or harmony, maybe. Yeah. And traditionally, my vocals would follow along with whatever the guitar's playing. So then I would change that up to there. That's cool. Yeah, so that's me sorting stuff out. I'm going to go have my breakfast now, and then I'll round out the show by putting up the time codes, and I'll go out and see Jurassic World Dominion. If you're seeing it tonight or tomorrow, guys, I hope you enjoy it. I hope I enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow for more movie news. See you there.